the judge get very hard?
We have a consensus among the jury, it seems.
When you have eliminated the possible, whatever remains must be the truth.
Hey, that's supposed to be...
That's my line! I wrote that for Hurley! Oh, how dare you use it against us!
Don't worry, Iris. I don't think we're finished yet. Still more to this case than we realize. Must be, because there's one thing that I'm absolutely certain of. Gina didn't shoot Mr. Windybank. That's beyond any doubt.
Very well. We will proceed with the second summation examination of the day. Mr. Foreman, are you and the other jurors ready?
Garadeb Squadron is primed and ready for action, sir.
Very good. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you will each explain on what grounds you have now determined the defendant to be guilty.
Once a rogue, always a rogue, I say. Different breed to us law-abiding citizens. As only 2 bullets were found at the scene, I'd say the whole case is done and dusted.
You don't need a stereoscope to see the truth here. Every which way you look at it, it was that pickpocket.
I never imagined that simple operation would cause me such grief. Accused attempted a theft on the previous day. You can see I'm in for a busy day ahead.
I am ballistics expert. I have seen many shootings. There is nothing I do not know about guns. Good.
You said nothing.
It would seem there's little remaining room for doubt.
Have to admit, I was rather bowled over by the argument put forward by the chap in black, but when that fell apart like a house of cards, I saw that I'd jolly well been hoodwinked. Well, no more.
The whole courtroom is turning against me.
It's not fair!
Iris?
Prosecutor's being mean! Just because Ginny's done some things she shouldn't have done in the past doesn't make her a murderer!
Allow me to savor this fruity vintage while I savor the spectacle of your fruitless debate on the matter.
No.
Is there the truth coming out eventually?
That's enough preamble. Counsel, proceed with the summation examination.
No, I think I'm going to skip this one. Yes, my lord.
What are you talking about?
Could you please stop muttering about things that have nothing to do with this trial, sir? The defendant's life is on the line here. Well, the thing is, I couldn't really say that it has nothing to do with this trial, to be honest. Huh? I mean, there's no question that the man was shot. The bullet had simply vanished from his stomach. Quite inexplicable. What do you think?
Which man?
I almost don't want to ask, but this surgery you've been muttering about all this time, you were operating on... What was the fellow's name now? Lich? No, Lock? No. Ellock? Sherlock Sholmes, by any chance?
Oh my
Yes,
god.
good lord, I have eyes! That Hairlock fellow! What? You're the surgeon that operated on Mr. Sholmes.
Oh my god.
That's right, using the very latest anesthesia techniques, I might add. It was a fairly major op, I can tell you. This is crazy. Let me see. The fellow was brought in not long after midnight, if I remember correctly. He said he'd been shot by some criminal or other, so I opened him up like a shot. The funny thing is, I went over his insides with a fine-tooth comb and couldn't find the bullet anywhere. I'm afraid I had to throw up my hands and just stitch the fellow back up. So the thing he left inside was just the bullet.
Maybe? Well, the problem isn't that he
No.
thinks he left something in and he's not sure what. The problem is he can't find his scalpel and he's like, oh geez, did I leave it in there?
Yeah, that was what happened. Sorry. I hate to state the obvious, but... Yes? Only that's because the bullet is still at the scene of the shooting.
Oh, there's no exit wound, is there?
The counsel for the defense is correct. As clearly shown in this photographic print.
Bullet that the Skulkin brothers fired at Mr. Sholmes hit him in the stomach region. Exited his body and lodged into the shop wall where the calendar was hanging by the door.
No, the doctor's gonna say there's no exit wound, so the bullet should still be in there. And we're gonna be like,
Thank you.
where the
I
fuck?
find it's really quite simple if you just consider the problem three-dimensionally. Ha! Who do you think I am, son? Well, juror number 4 is about the best I can do. As soon as I saw the wound into the man's stomach, I flipped him over. Like a pancake? Are you saying that you checked his back? Of course I did. There wasn't a trace of injury. No sign that the bullet had left the body at all.
Yep. Okay.
What? That's the point! The only logical conclusion was that the bullet was still somewhere in the man's innards. It's exactly why I was said about slicing him up. I'm still none the wiser, even now. How many times do I have to say it? Somebody please explain how it happened. Can somebody please solve the mystery? It was as much of a mystery as how this jury was put together.
Okay.
No? Is that not? Because she's like, oh yeah, it's simple. There's the 2 bullets, and it's like, okay, no, because that bullet couldn't have been shot. Really? Come on.
Yeah.
Might be too early.
Yeah.
But I talked to him, and I guess I'll press him
You
again.
should talk to her. Mr. Sholmes' surgeon is on the
Sorry.
jury.
Didn't read this one.
The mystery of where that bullet ended up is infuriating. Where's an expert when you need one? Mr. Sholmes' surgeon is on the jury. Experienced some coincidences recently, but this is ridiculous. I'm as surprised as anyone. There's no question that Mr. Sholmes was shot. Well, that's what the police told me when they brought him in. How bad were his injuries, Doctor? He was in a bad way. He lost a huge amount of blood, you know. I suspect he was shot at quite close range, too.
Which is really weird though.
His skin was badly burned around the point of entry. Burnt.
Maybe try pressing the maid?
Was he injured in some way that wasn't a gunshot?
Maybe. But what was it?
Lamp?
The lamp.
It was broken.
That's true. I was also thinking, I don't know how guns work, but what happens if you try to, with like an old gun like this, if there's no bullet in the chamber, would it still like explode and then leave like a burn or something?
No, because the gunpowder is in the bullet.
Okay, right.
Or not in the bullet, but you know what I mean. Yeah,
In
it's
the
it's
shell.
it's all a cartridge
Yeah.
that has the propellant and the bullet.
Yeah, I'm wondering if he got injured some other way, and then the bullet is from some other firing. Perhaps there is a third party who was shot by Winterbank, and that's where Winterbank's bullet ended up. Is it hit this third party, and that's the bullet in the calendar.
Or missed the third party or whatever. Yeah.
Well, no, because there's blood on the calendar, so it.
Oh yeah.
So maybe Winterbank shot this guy, and then as the guy was heading back into the storeroom, the guy, didn't collapse or anything, followed him and shot Winterbank in the back. But then who did... And then I guess maybe that person could have given the gun to Nash and then left so that Nash would have the gun. That's entirely possible.
Maybe? But it's all assuming that Sholmes was hurt by something that wasn't the gun.
Yeah.
Because that doesn't explain how Winterbank got killed.
I missed the previous line because we were
sorry.
talking. As I said, I flipped the fellow over and examined his back, but there was no sign of an exit wound. Which is why I thought I'd better locate the lug and pop it out. Did you say you found no bullet inside the patient? Well, I wouldn't have done, would I? Because it's in the wall of the pawnbrokers.
Wait a minute. We think that Herlock was shot because we came in and heard a gunshot, and then Herlock was like, oh! What if the shooting of Winterbank happened at the same time as Herlock getting, like, stabbed with the lamp or something? And then we're like, oh shit, he's been stabbed. And then, you know, we... Like, we, like, left, right? So there's a chance...
Yeah.
We
Maybe.
left at that point, so they could, and we saw the thugs leave, and we were like, oh, those are the people that did it. I think it's possible that there was still someone else in the shop, and they left after we did.
Maybe.
But the gun, hang on, but the gun was found on Nash, so the question there is, who the hell what did Nash shoot?
Yeah. I mean, if we assume Nash shot Winterbank, or Winterbank shot at someone, and then Nash shot at Winterbank.
The thing is, there has to be somebody else involved here, because Nash and Ringo have not been shot.
Yeah. Well, because that's a good point actually. Maybe it was just a grazing wound, but that was a lot of blood, so probably not.
Yeah, no, the bullet seems to have gone through somebody.
Yeah, I don't know. That's
the problem, really, is the bullet. Winterbank's body was not moved, and whoever was shot in the calendar, the bullet has to have passed through them, which means it can't have been Herlock, sorry. So the only possible... There's no one left. Like, it's not Gina, it's not Nash, it's not Ringo, it's not Herlock, it's not, it's not, Winterbank, it's not us, it's not Susato, there's literally no one that could have been the person that was hit by the bullet that hit the calendar. There has to have been somebody else there.
Yeah.
And then I don't know how else this plays out, but that much is true.
Yeah.
Again, I didn't read the line.
Sorry.
How did it get there? I need someone to solve this mystery before it drives me to insanity. If only there was some expert investigation.
Oh,
Extremely untrustworthy.
Fuck you.
Have a disappearing bullet on our hands.
okay, maybe we're supposed to point out him and the fucking Russian
Yeah.
guy? Or, maybe we should try pressing the Russian guy first.
I don't
See if
think
that's
it's
enough.
necessary. Where's an expert? I am expert.
Oh.
I was right. Those two statements clearly contradict the idea that all I do is pit jurors against each other.
Oh, that's good. I like that.
Ooh, a ballistics expert.
Pitting. P-I-T-T.
On the night in question, Mr. Sholmes was shot by one of the Skulkin brothers. Since there was no sign of an exit wound on his back, we must assume the bullet didn't pass through him. However, no bullet was found lodged in Mr. Sholmes' body either. Furthermore, bullet was found lodged in the wall of the shop where Mr. Sholmes was shot. Juror number 6.
Hello, my name is Villain. Pleased to meet you.
Apparent contradiction in the facts that is so clearly troubling juror number 4.
Also, he just claimed he wasn't villain.
Yeah, he just said his name was Villain. God.
Are you able to explain the mystery?
I have seen very similar situation in Motherland. It was night, there was blizzard. I was running away along mountain road in freezing cold. Golly, The snow was piling high on both sides of the road. It was very narrow and dangerous. Our pursuers had hunting rifles, and they were on dog sleds.
Mental note, don't ask too many questions.
I was shot from behind, and I fell down in snow. And this situation was very similar to what I hear today from Doctor.
So the bullet could have fallen out?
They could not find bullet in my body. And no sign of, how do you say, exit wound. Then where does the bullet go?
That's ridiculous, right? The bullet can't just fall out, like...
I don't know. Let's see where this goes.
I don't think that's possible, because the hole would be too small for it to...
It's just absorbed into the ether.
Bullets never hit me. Oh. Here we go.
Well, if it never hit you, why did you fall down?
What?
Bullet hit frozen wall of ice very close to my side.
What?
So shrapnel?
One small piece, very sharp, broke away from lump of ice and pierced my body. Okay. It made deep wound that looks just like bullet wound.
Oh, gracious.
Okay, but in that case, that was a piece of ice that melted. What the fuck? Like, surely the doctor would have still found the shrapnel if it was shrapnel, right? I'm trying to remember the layout of the store. There wasn't any just random ice in there. Like, is there anything else that could have broken off and hit him and then dissolved?
The glass.
Maybe
from the
not
lamp?
dissolved.
Well,
but it could be that he was looking for a bullet and he didn't find a bullet, and he didn't quite notice like a small shard of glass or something.
Maybe, yeah, it could. Maybe the lamp was shot and then the glass from that flew. That seems really stupid though. Like, I can't imagine that happening.
Yeah, I don't know. Of course, piece of ice quickly melted inside me, and that's the solution to mystery of disappearing bullet.
But that doesn't answer the question at all. Shooting happened in a pawnbroker's shop. Some snowy mountain rode it out of the country. Just an idea, but we might not be looking at exactly the same scenario here. You know, where exactly was Hurley shot again? Well, according to the report, in his stomach, sort of around this area, I think. It's precisely where he always wears a little pouch on his belt. Pouch? Actually, I might have noticed something like that.
So did he not even get shot at all? Did something in there break?
Oops, maybe.
Um,
I mean, they're probably going to explain.
I'm trying.
Is that coin that we found?
Oh, he has like the mold, right? Like the thing he can press stuff into.
Oh.
Does that mean anything here?
The court record just... I want to see what we have.
Hang on.
Yes, a pouch. He keeps 3 glass vials of very dangerous chemicals that he uses in his investigations. It is...
What? Really? Doctor, where's the pouch Mr. Sholmes was wearing? Well... Taylor had nothing like that on this person when he arrived at the hospital, as far as I remember. If I may. You may not. Lord Van Zeeks? Well, I realize it is forbidden for the prosecution to interject during a summation examination.
I don't care.
I should inform the defense that I have the pouch in question in the antechamber outside the courtroom. Sorry? Why do you have it?
Evidence?
Evidence, I guess.
The police arrived on the scene and found Mr. Sholmes injured.
Yeah, that's
I
why.
removed the pouch in order to assess the wound. Ah, thank goodness. I thought I was getting forgetful for a moment. Since then, it has been in my keep-safing, all along with all other evidence relating to the case. I can personally vouch for the fact that it has not been touched since the incident occurred.
Very well. Well, extremely unconventional during a summation examination. I must demand the prosecution presents the item in question with all speed. Bring forth Mr. Herlock Sholmes' pouch. Why just call him Sherlock Holmes? Because that's who he fucking is.
No,
I
it's
see.
not.
I don't know what you're talking about. He's Herlock Sholmes.
So, this is the pouch worn by Mr. Sholmes on the night in question, is it?
Look at that!
Ah, okay.
One of the files is broken, and the leather around it is scorched black. Almost as if the file exploded.
Exploded.
So is the bullet going to be in here?
So, that night, a bullet from the Skulkin brothers' gun struck Mr. Sholmes' pouch. It was the glass file exploding that caused the fellow's injury.
These bullets did not penetrate the victim, but was deflected into a wall of shop. Ah,
But the liquid on the calendar is red.
yeah. I don't
Was
know.
there a red liquid in the file?
No, it's blue.
Is it this wine?
Yeah, I'm not sure.
A delightfully complex aroma.
Well, it appears one mystery has been solved at least.
Though it has no bearing on the truth of this case. The bungling and burgling brothers shot the detective, and the accused shot the pawnbroker. Pertinent facts of the case remain unaltered.
You're-
At least the mystery is solved. I can sleep easy tonight. Thank you, young man.
Duh. Thank you very much.
Where's my scalpel? Glad I could help.
Due to its bearing on the conundrum just solved, the court will sequester this scruffy pouch as evidence.
And these pouches and scruffy.
There's a couple ways out of this. One is that the bullet could be in here, which I think is unlikely because it looks too small. Another is maybe the bullet, like, hit the lamp, and then we can still be like, oh, the calendar.
Yeah, I think that sounds. Oh, sorry. What was it before?
Or we can say, okay, why is there blood on this calendar? That's probably the more.
No, what was the previous message? I don't think I read. No, the summation examination. It would appear the defense is somewhat struggling to alter opinion.
Please, my lord, a little more time. After all, it's a new piece of evidence. Be a valuable clue. You can't afford to overlook anything here, Ryunosuke. Still a way to turn this around somehow. I'm sure of it.
Alright,
Examine
let's take
it,
a
then.
look.
Take a look. It's not in any book.
I actually never looked at this either.
True.
Oh, I think we
Blood.
did when it was in our possession or
Only
something.
gilded.
Can we
Can
do?
I would
We
like
can
to spray
examine
this.
the color.
Yeah.
Oh, Bruno, look! It's blood! That makes me happy!
Yes, you're right. Just a small smear, but definitely blood. Actually, I feel as though I might have noticed that before.
It's my time to shine again. I thought I'd be waiting forever. Right, hold still with that disc, Bruno.
In the middle of court.
Yeah.
Yes. Can we get this done quickly, Iris?
Flash.
Just pulls out her gun in
Green.
court.
That's the
found
color
green
of
before.
the calendar blood, I think.
Yep.
Lovely bright shade again.
Wait, that color.
Is it?
It's just that green. It's not the first time we've seen that color, is it?
Yep.
And this stain is from a long time ago, right?
I.
This was
don't
confiscated by
remember.
police before the incident even happened.
No.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
Before. No.
Yes.
No,
yes,
it wasn't.
Yes, it was.
Oh. Oh no. Yeah, it was. Never mind.
See? This is how you win arguments, guys. Just insist you're correct, like, a few times, and then the opponent will be like, oh, yeah.
Gosh.
Not to be right, just confident.
Are you fucking kidding? It is here! I was kidding!
So now it's not actually blue, that's just the file itself. It could have been.
It was just a file of blood randomly there.
Yeah. It's really scorched badly just here.
Oh, this trap is broken, look!
This must be where the bullet hit then.
Let me see.
Yep.
Fucking...
Bullet.
What the? Iris, look! And where the broken file was. Do you see it?
Ah, that's... Skulkin Brothers' bullet!
Stroke of luck that it hit his pouch. This is an amazing discovery. Why didn't the police find this? What this means is, were 3 bullets fired at Windybanks that night.
That's exactly what the juror was talking about. The 3rd bullet.
Let's press that juror again, I think.
Sure is a bullet.
Yeah.
Oh, can I spritz
That's a
this?
smile.
Oh, we can spray this, right?
This is the bullet that was
Why?
fired from the Skulkin Brothers gun on the night of the incident.
It's red.
Yes, so it turns out it never actually had hurt his body at all.
But
I guess we'll see.
okay, yeah,
This is
we'll
the thick
see.
leather of that pouch he was wearing. It saved him.
That is always lucky like that.
Well, considering we had to go he had to go through in hospital, how lucky he really was.
Oh dear. Early.
No,
Guess not.
okay.
No, it because it hit the pouch. What blood is there?
Well, maybe it's still. I mean, he still bled. Like, maybe it somehow got in the bullet. I don't know.
It's the number of bullets that has you convinced.
Only 2 bullets were fired, and the 2 guns that fired them have been examined by the police. When the parlor maid asks me how many are invited for dinner, I always tell her to count the table settings.
That's logical, I suppose.
Although,
Yes?
sometimes after dining, crockery does go missing. 1 or 2 guests rather like the fine china.
Does your employer dine with thieves?
So I suppose. If there was another bullet somewhere of which we were unaware, I'd have to reconsider my position.
3rd bullet somewhere on the scene. That be possible? After we found it.
You can prove it.
Allow me to show you then. 3rd bullet.
The 3rd bullet.
Oh, gee, I wonder.
It is. We discovered it just now. In court. How did nobody notice? Yes. On the night in question at Windybank's pawnbrokery, another bullet was fired. What is this new trickery, you Nipponese conjurer? Where did you find that bullet? It was lodged inside Mr. Sholmes' pouch. What? Who'd you pose? This pouch was removed from around Mr. Sholmes' waist before he was taken to hospital. Since then, it has been touched by no one.
Do you mean to say the shots fired by the Skulkin Brothers that night?
Yes. As your lordship has surmised, it hit this pouch.
But that makes no sense whatsoever. Though I know the whereabouts of the bullet fired at Mr. Sholmes. It's clearly visible in this photographic print.
Ah!
2 guns from the scene have already been submitted into the court record as evidence.
Yes, that's of Mr. Windybank and that belonging to the Skulkin Brothers.
Examination of both guns revealed only a single bullet had been fired from each.
Ah!
But that must mean...
There's a missing gun.
That's right. Now know that on the night in question, 3 bullets were fired. However, only 2 bullets were fired from the guns recovered from the crime scene. Until that incontrovertible inconsistency is somehow explained, we cannot and must not pass judgment.
Order! 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 While the summation examination remains incomplete, the court has been presented with new facts. Facts that appear to shake the very foundations upon which the case against the defendant has been built. As is my prerogative in this situation, I hereby temporarily suspend the summation examination.
By Jupiter!
What?
Bailiff, bring the witnesses back to the stand at once. Ooh.
Doesn't Irish get a box?
Things are getting spicy. Witnesses. Governor! Are you listening to proceedings when the defense carried out the summation examination?
Oh, he was, Governor, he was!
Perhaps we can dispense with a tedious preamble. Simply answer this one question. A third bullet has been identified at the scene of the crime. What do you make of that?
Make of it, Gov. I don't make nothing of that if I can help it.
Is it one of yours?
God blimey, Gov, God blimey, not a chance!
In that case, did you have an accomplice? The third skulking brother?
What? What? No, the Skulking Brothers work alone.
It's just the two of us, that's our trademark!
How soon we forget poor Sulky. Only 2 of the bullets from the crime scene originated from the firearms we have in evidence. The third bullet was fired from another gun. Where is it?
Love me. That's a head scratcher. Counsel for the defense.
Yes?
I should like to hear your thoughts regarding these new developments. Third bullet, and the mysterious missing firearm from whence it came.
Looking back over all the testimony we've heard and all the evidence we've seen, I think I'm starting to form a picture. Picture of what really happened that night. Lord, I think it's clear what this third bullet tells us about the Skulking Brothers. It had nothing to do with them.
Yeah.
On that night at Windy Bank's pawnbrokery, the brothers must have been working with a third man. The witnesses are clearly doing their best to cover up the existence of this accomplice. The evidence all points to the fact that there was someone else present, someone carrying a gun.
And they were probably shot by Winterbank, and then they shot Winterbank. That accounts for all the bullets.
Yeah. Yep.
Objection!
An accomplice, you say? Pigs will.
If they always work alone, then it's got to be someone who's really close to them. I've got it. It's their grandma.
They're necromancers.
These protracted proceedings have already forced us to endure 2 summation examinations. Yet in all that time, there has not been a murmur of a third man. If this apparently wraith-like being exists...
Yo, they really are undead! Let's go!
Court must be shown hard evidence. Evidence with a hard R. Without it, this fantasy will be crushed.
Well, it's got to be the blood on the calendar, right?
Prosecution demands answers on 2 counts. Firstly, proof, evidence, that this accomplice was ever at the scene of the crime. Secondly, identity of this spurious character. Skulkin's are lying, I know that. But how can I ascertain the identity of the person they're hiding?
It's pronounced ascertain.
Ascertain. Well, that wasn't me.
Well, counsel.
Supposed to prove the existence of this accomplice, and reveal the person's identity even. In response to the prosecution's demands, my lord, the defense is... yes, unable.
I can, like, speculate, but we can't prove anything.
Yeah.
Defenses unable to complete a sentence, it would seem. Just provide any credible answers here. Maybe is like the green blood supposed to be them?
That's what I think, because if they were shot, then, yeah. The blood in the calendar is the green, the one that turns the green. Anyway, Ben, you'll in.
Oh, sorry. Hold it! Oh wait, shit.
No.
Yes, it appears so. Very
Okay.
well, this trial will now...
Hold it! Wait, please!
Good gracious, Counsel!
I have to keep the momentum going here. I can't give up now.
It is just like scientific research, if you ask me.
I didn't. Sorry?
You start doubting yourself and thinking you can't possibly work something out, you become blind. Even though in truth, the answer you're looking for is right there in front of you.
The answer is right here in front of me. My lord! I have the word. Actually, the defense would like to present answers to the questions posed by the prosecution. So, my Nipponese friend, despite the swimming eyes, you seem to think you have something to say. But your earlier tongue-tie display will not go unpunished.
No!
Aw.
What if that killed you? he's like, all right, say your thing, but I'm gonna punish you. Actually, we're done here.
I wish I bit my tongue instead of speaking before I made up my mind. It would have hurt less.
Bruh.
So if you, like, lose your last thing there, it's like, okay, I'm gonna give you a shot, except no.
God. Oh, shit. In that case, Counsel, I would ask you to present the evidence without delay. On the second question, in the moments leading up to the death of the victim, what proof have you that there is a third intruder present at the scene?
I think it's gotta be the blood thing, but
It's
let's
the
keep
blood.
looking.
Yeah. Probably the portfolio.
Well, yeah, it's in the portfolio.
I thought you were looking for something.
No, this is if there's anything else that might apply.
Yeah,
I don't
that's what-
think so.
That's what I'm saying.
The evidence is right here, in this portfolio.
By Jove, that portfolio again, is it?
Many names thrown around. Do you expect the court to rifle through your papers itself? Be more specific. You claim one of those blood samples proves the presence of this third intruder. Well, which one is it?
Yeah. Shit. Wait, shit, I didn't remember this. What am I looking at here? There appears to be some green paint or such like over the bolt on the middle of the counter.
That's a bloodstain, my lord.
A bloodstain?
Green blood. Curious, even for you. The court understands that the intruder was some inhuman creature.
Unhuman?
Shrek. It's something developed by Mr. Herlock Sholmes.
By the great detective!
Invention! Stop! Not yet appeared in stories! Stop! It's this, you see? It doesn't have a name yet, though. Focus sprays a chemical that reacts with the different elements in people's blood to change its color.
Different elements of people's blood?
Yes. Everyone's blood is slightly different, you see, because it's made up of different elements. Seeing what color it changes to, you can tell in a flash whose blood it is.
Oh! That brings a whole extra dimension to looking at blood.
Got blood in courtroom. Stop. Very exciting. Stop.
God.
As an example, this one shows the blood of the victim, Mr. Windybank.
Ah, striking blue.
Yes, so you see, the green color of this bloodstain on the calendar shows that somebody else was shot in the main part of the shop.
Now hold fire there, young man. Could be from some unrelated incident, couldn't it? No.
No, it's not unrelated. The date showing on the calendar is the date on which Mr. Winterbank was killed.
By golly.
Therefore, we can assume that whoever was shot on the same day. Whose blood is it? Oh, the Skulkin brothers in the stand don't appear to be suffering from any gunshot injuries.
Yeah.
Which means it must be the blood of somebody else. Third intruder, in fact. Whose identity the court is still waiting to hear. Can't delay this any longer, my learned friend. Who is this alleged third intruder?
It's gotta be the grandma. Why is there no mystery profile for the grandma?
God.
You have to scroll to an empty spot.
Who the fuck could it be?
So, like, from process of elimination,
I mean, by process of elimination, it's gotta be the fucking,
It'd be Strongheart.
No. It's gotta be Eggert, I think.
Presumably. I just think...
we have seen all of
suspicious.
these people since the incident, including Strongheart, actually. We saw Strongheart and he was not injured.
Okay.
So
We've seen
it's
Eggert?
this? No, that's what I'm saying, except for Eggert.
Oh, except for Eggert. Okay.
He wouldn't pop up to not be relevant.
True.
That's a stupid reason, though. I'm thinking it's
Yeah,
gotta
that's
be
a stupid reason.
It's gotta be come on. It's gotta be to do with the disc.
Oh, sorry.
Was there something about?
I mean, because he wanted the disc for
Yes.
some unknown reason.
Okay, let's see what Naruhodo's argument is.
Man's name is Eggert Benedict.
Good Benedict, who on earth are you talking about, Council?
He's just some guy I don't even know. He had a visit to Winterbank's pawnbroker in the afternoon after the incident took place. The accused attempted to deceive the pawnbroker into releasing this article into her possession. That's right. Man identified by the defense, Mr. Eggert Benedict. Then attempted to take the article from the defendant by force.
So I guess he cut his hand.
Broker.
Yes, sir. I guess that was him.
Who Eggert
Was that-
was.
I
Just
believe
like-
this filthy pocket thief just redeemed an article from you, no?
Yes.
The article in question belongs to me. I demand for it to be returned at once.
Now that's a lie. What are you trying to pull?
Give me back my overcoat, you wastrel, and needless to say, the music box discs too. Music bok choy. Inspector Gregson was there at the time and can attest to what happened. In the end, it was the inspector himself who took the disc.
Can you corroborate this account, Inspector? Yes, my lord. That's more or less what happened. And in the interest of being thorough, I asked Winterbank for a print showing the fellow. Taken from one of his red-handed recorder gummanses.
Well, we're gonna have to. I mean, okay. What's that giant X? Oh, that's the shadow of the scales. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there anything else odd here?
Nothing I can see. Wait, check the court record real quick
Okay.
and compare with the
nose
phones.
is really sharp.
Oh, that's the wrong one. Shit.
Yeah, this is... okay, the doll's there. I feel like the doll is different, but I don't know what... Nope, never mind. Wait, the... Okay, and then... Yeah, okay. I'm not
I
sure.
don't think anything's different.
I want to check one more thing.
There's a gun. That's his. Never mind.
Is the cat photo different?
No, that's what I was checking just now. It looks to be the same.
Huh.
Anyway.
Yes, that's him talking to Mr. Winderbank that morning.
And you claim this man is the brother's accomplice.
Well, Mr. Skulking?
What?
No, never seen the geezer before in my life.
On me life, Gov, on me life. Never seen him. Never seen him.
Get it? They're all named after food.
Well, somewhat unsurprisingly, it appears our witnesses disagree with the assertion.
I'm sure your lordship recalls my learned Nipponese friend's actual assertion, which was that he could prove the identity of the alleged accomplice. Yes, and I can.
Then show us the evidence.
I agree. We must see proof that the clean-cut gentleman in the photograph is the filthy criminal you say he is.
Alright.
This is the last piece of evidence. The feeling that something has been missing in this trial from the very start. Now, I'm going to drag it kicking and screaming into the courtroom.
Are you ready to present your answer to the court then, counsel?
Yes, my lord. The defense will present the evidence now. Proof that the man pictured in this photographic print is in fact the person struck by the third bullet.
The only thing I can think of is the other... Oh, L review scene. Oh, hang on. Are we supposed to look at him?
I was trying to see if he has anything weird.
Can we more directly compare these? No.
Whose gun is which? Just scroll over the guns. I want to see whose is who. That Windy Banks. To compare to the one on the table. It's
Can't really see.
Windy Banks.
I think so. I'm gonna go with the disc.
As I mentioned before, on the afternoon of the day in question, the defendant attempted, deceitfully admittedly, to reclaim this disc from Windybanks.
Ben, come on.
He's muted.
Shit, sorry, I forgot I was muted. Which is when the aforementioned Eggert Benedict appeared on the scene, I believe. This man that attempted to purloin the article from the defense possession, no?
That's correct, my lord. I myself was present at the time. It's following this that the minor incident occurred.
But of course, sir. Here's the disc for you.
Very well. I shall bid you farewell. Say goodbye to style.
Wait a minute. That disc is mine.
What do you think you're doing, you little tramp? You've drawn blood, you filthy animal.
Ah. Okay.
In a music box disc, it has countless small but sharp protrusions over its surface. Those protrusions cause Mr. Benedict's finger to bleed. Were we supposed to remember that?
I suppose.
The resulting smear of blood is still visible on the disc now.
Goodness, a blood stain, is it?
Literally happened a year ago. My assistant and I have just analyzed the bloodstain here in this very courtroom.
You're not wrong.
Using my trusty fogger gun.
We added the results to this portfolio.
I say, it's green.
Pink is the
Morse
lady?
code lady.
Yeah.
Exactly the same color as the blood on the calendar.
Yep.
Evidence is conclusive. Man calling himself Mr. Eggert Benedict, who was in Windybanks earlier in the day, is the accomplice who was present at the scene of the crime that same night.
So there was someone else there. Look at those two brothers now, they're sweating buckets. Oh wait, who are you talking about? It's boiling in here.
Lord, it is the opinion of the defense. Mr. Eggert Benedict should be summoned to the court to testify. Courtroom to...
It would certainly seem that we can ill afford to ignore this gentleman's apparent presence.
I don't like it. This has gone on long enough. Flagrant ignorance of the mechanics of law. Sherlock Sholmes, you say? Yes, I've heard the name. Protagonist in a series of short stories for the vulgar classes. God of detection or some such. Now you employ chemical substances devised by this fantastical persona in the highest court in the land. Do you expect us to take you seriously? The samples made by this plaything are not fit to be called evidence.
Yeah.
Though the blood turned a shade of green, what of it? Is to you successfully proving that no other blood in the world will turn the same color? Well... And pray, do not even think of suggesting that we should take Mr. Sholmes' word for it.
Alright, then get some Mr. Sholmes' blood.
Is he right?
Like,
Is Mr. Sholmes' concoction? I don't know. I mean, he is a great detective. What are you talking about? We can't let him get away with that. Well, no, because this is Eggert's blood.
oh, right, yeah.
I knew it would come to this. Mr. Sholmes' invention isn't going to be recognized by any official body.
He's gonna show up.
But what other choice did I have?
Just remembering what Father Christmas over there said before. And I was temporarily suspending the summation examination.
Sanction.
Huh?
In other words, examination isn't over yet, is it?
Good grief! What did you just say, young girl?
In the summation examination, the decision as to whether or not the trial continues is in the hands of the 6 jurors, isn't it? The way I see it, no matter what certain other people think of Hurley's invention, at least, not for now.
Yes, she's right.
Young lady, you have quite the devious mind.
It really just comes down to one thing. Are these ladies and gentlemen of the jury convinced by what you say, Runo? Is that about right, would you say? Did I misunderstand something?
Believable. Mr. Sholmes' partner is a force to be reckoned with.
Iris Wilson, sharpshooter.
After the truth proceeds of the situation from an entirely unexpected source.
Ben, you're French Canadian, sort of. You should know
What?
that it's Précy.
Yeah, okay. I mean, like when the S is followed by a vowel, it usually is pronounced, even if it would be silent.
When the hang on, when the what?
But the S at the end of précis,
Yeah,
it's followed by a vowel, so it would usually be pronounced.
it's followed by a space. It's preceded by an I
like precede of, and then the would turn into would pronounce the S.
In French, maybe, but this is a loanword.
Yeah. Okay. Fair.
I have heard the word in exactly one other context, which was I was given a university assignment at one point to write a précis about something, and it was all, like, everyone said précis, so...
Yeah. Fair. It must be acknowledged that the previous summation examination has yet to reach its conclusion.
This is absurd.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court now looks to you for your final leanings in this matter. As proud citizens of Her Majesty's Britain, I'm sure you will come to fair and just conclusions. So then, state your final decisions in turn, please.
Not guilty.
Not guilty.
Guilty.
Guilty?
Not guilty.
God. Oh. 2 called guilty and 4 called not guilty. Such is the outcome of the summation examination.
Objection.
My lord, with all due respect, this is an outrage. The prosecution refuses to accept this decision.
On what grounds?
If these jurors are persuaded by some half-baked concoction devised by a pretender to real police work, they are too ignorant to be trusted with the judgment of anyone's guilt.
I'm sorry, Lord Van Zeeks, but the outcome of the summation examination cannot be ignored. This trial will continue.
Ah!
Nevertheless, we find ourselves in a rather awkward situation. The defense has very reasonably requested the subpoena of a new witness.
Pina.
But sadly, I fear that will be impossible.
He is dead. What?
The name the gentleman gave for himself, Eggert Benedict, is quite clearly false.
Thank God for that. Don't believe it! It sounded so legitimate! It's when I managed to prove the man was there that night.
We have a picture of him. Who was that, please? Who spoke?
Oh.
Could I say something? It was me, my lord.
No, it wasn't. Oh, it was her that talked. I thought she was like, I'm Eggert Benedict. I'm like, no, the fuck you're not.
No.
Juror number 5.
What have you to say, madam?
Possible. Inspector.
Me, ma'am?
What if you might show the photographic print to me again? The one in which the gentleman is shown.
Right. Yes, this one you mean? Of Mr. Benedict?
Yes. No doubt in my mind.
Juror number 5, you don't mean to say... You know this man?
Yes, I know him.
What? No.
Good gracious! Yep, okay. Order! 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 Juror number 5, how on earth?
I'm a communications officer. Stop.
As we can clearly see.
The gentleman in the photo is... Stop.
Stop.
Also a communications officer. Stop. He works in my office. Stop.
Is she like in love with him? Is she blushing?
Yes.
Very talented operator, in fact. Stop. Be in the communication station now. Stop. Tapping away on the telegraph. Stop.
It doesn't seem right somehow. Can't put my finger on why, but it doesn't feel right.
It's almost too convenient for the writers.
Yeah.
Suppose we all imagine the accomplice will be some sort of hardened criminal. It didn't expect to find out he has a respectable job by day, whatever he gets up to at night.
Yes, I suppose that's it. Suppose that's why I felt something was wrong.
If the gentleman is at London's communication station, we should be able to subpoena him within the hour. Lord Van Zeeks, if you please.
Yes, my lord.
Make the necessary arrangements with all haste.
As your lordship bids.
The court will recess for 1 hour. When the new witness arrives, we shall reconvene to hear the gentleman's testimony. Inspector Gregson? Yes, my lord? I should like to hear from you specifically about events at the pawnbrokery on the day in question. Come to my chambers during the recess. Yes, sir. Yes, sir, my lord. Very well. Court is adjourned until 1:40 p.m.
Thank God, I've needed to pee for like an hour.
And I need to get food, so...
Next time, we shall be finally cross-examining the fanciful man with the top hat and the ridiculous pseudonym. And we will see where that takes us. Thanks for watching.
Next time, we will give you an egg in your trying time.
Next time, we're going to take you back to the past.
No. Goodbye.